This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. If you're interested in these products, check the links in the description.
Cookbooks. In this video, we are talking specifically about Le Cordon Bleu's Professional Baking Cookbook, right? And this one is the 3rd edition. I got it when I was in culinary school. It's actually what we used for our textbook. So if you have someone that's into baking and wants to learn about it in general, so a lot of the different things you can make, like if they want to learn about making breads, cookies, pastries, cakes, all that stuff, it covers all those topics. So it's going to give you a really great base education, and I'll crack it open and show you what's inside. Right? So first off, obviously, table of contents. It covers, what's in each chapter, right? So you start out with things like your basic principles of baking, ingredients, then we move on to things like understanding yeast doughs, lean, rich, right, quick breads, right, donuts, fritters, pancakes, and waffles, things like syrups, creams, and sauces, pies, pastry basics, and then we get into tarts and specialty pastries, cake mixing and baking, assembling and decorating cakes, cookies, things like custard, puddings, mousses, souffles, and then frozen desserts. And then you have things like fruit desserts, dessert presentation, chocolate work, and then decorative work. So things like marzipan, nougatine, pastillage, and then decorative sugar techniques and work. So if someone is looking for a great basic education about the pastry arts, this is a really awesome book because it's basically a textbook and is used, by different culinary institutions to teach the art of baking and pastry. So it's going to cover all those topics that they want to learn about, and if someone is thinking about potentially going to culinary school, it's potentially a good investment because it gives them stuff to read through and just kind of gauge really how invested and interested they are. And if they love it, there's a ton of great recipes and really great instructions as well. So we can go in, it covers everything like how to weigh stuff, right? And get into, you can see I did a lot of highlighting. And just look at some of the recipe pages in here, right? So you have a nice easy format, really clear, right? It gives you US metric and also percentages, which are important when you're going to do things like scale recipes up and down. And then it gives you the procedures. So mixing method, right? It's going to reference whatever mixing method you're supposed to be using. So things you'll have learned in the previous chapter with specific instructions, things like here, because you can see we're making prosciutto bread. It's telling you fermentation time and temperature, how you're doing your makeup, how long you're baking at what temperature, and in this case using steam, etc. So some of these things you might require specialty equipment with, right? Because in this one you need an oven with steam. So if you're doing this at home, you might kind of have to make your own little quick fix for that, and you might need to do some research online on how to incorporate steam into your oven if you don't have it, right? So there might be some recipes in here that require that specialty equipment that wouldn't be applicable to doing at your house, but a lot of them you're going to be just fine. A lot of that will come into play with breads and stuff like that. But you get nice, good pictures when it comes to things like mixing methods, makeup on doughs and other things like that. And it's just a really, really great guide if you're looking for nice base education on pastry, the various different methods for different things. And you can see I use it a lot. There's a lot of little sticky notes and references in here for various different things, but it covers a wide variety of topics. It gives you some really detailed instruction and also a lot of great background and education. There's tons of recipes in here. And in the back, there's also some great stuff on sugar work and more decorative techniques, but there's a variety of different things. So there's also a glossary. So if you want to look up just some basic terms, there's a recipe index. So all the recipes themselves you can look up to find your specific page. And there's also I haven't already flipped past it. There should be a subject index. There it is. right? So if you're not sure specifically what recipe you're looking for and you just want to look up certain subjects to read about, there's also a subject index in the background. So overall, it's a really, really useful tool. You can see I've beat mine up quite substantially, and I still go back to it when I need to. So when I need an idea, when I need to brush up on my education, right? When I need to research something that I haven't done in a while, because I focus mostly on cakes and stuff. So I want to go back and maybe experiment with some breads or something like this. This is what I'm going to go back to read up on, brush up on my skills.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more about the cake decorating materials and equipment we use, or just some inspirational videos about cake decorating itself, you can follow us on Insta or YouTube at Cake Decorating School. If you'd like to know more about yearly membership and what it entails, you can go to www.cakedecoratingschool.com for more information. And if you're interested in these products, you can check the links in the description.